Beating Minecraft's end dimension is seen as being at the pinnacle of your world. I mean, it's right there in the name. You're at the end of the game. Must be a pretty monumental challenge as the final boss of Minecraft. Okay, no, you know where this is going. The Ender Dragon is not actually that hard. Hey, stop wagging that finger. I know what you're thinking. Just because I can beat the Ender Dragon within an hour of starting the world, I have a warped perspective on this. I get it. Some of you are not, shall we say, mechanically inclined. PvP isn't really my thing, and I know Minecraft combat is not the best. But today I'd like to take you through some ways you can quickly and safely clear the end dimension. Okay, most people know how to do this already, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet. See this guy here? You want to kill him. Why? Because he drops this. We'll need those later. You can find him anywhere in the overworld, but mostly here in the nether. If you don't want to hurt that fella, you can give these guys gold, and they might give you some of these. Once you have about 16 of those, you need to find and kill this guy. He lives here. Once you've got about 8 of these, you can make them into 16 of these. Wow, wait, we have the same amount of these. I wonder if I can... No! Go back home, throw these things, follow them till they tell you to dig. Look around the whole place. Oh, wow, what's this? Not important. Okay, maybe a little important. Whoa, what's this? I don't want this.
Time up. Success.
I've said this before, but preparation is key to surviving in hardcore and in Minecraft in general. No matter what scenario you're in, you should always have a way out, a backup plan, a failsafe. Keeping a golden apple or water bucket is generally a good way of keeping you from taking fatal damage. There are some things we can examine in the end to determine what we'll need to prep for the fight ahead. First thing you might notice is that we are on a floating island over a never-ending void. In the biz, we refer to this as not good, as falling will result in a sure death. In addition, this obsidian spawn platform is a way off from the island. We'll need to make sure we have a way to get to the island as well. Next up are these crystals seated atop obsidian towers. These are going to heal the Ender Dragon, so you're going to have to take them out. They're at variable heights, so running up to one with a sword won't do you any good. There are also some of these in iron cages, so we'll need to find a way inside. Endermen will spawn all over the island, and will chase after the dragon if they happen to get swiped as the dragon attacks. Look, Endermen aren't so bad, you just gotta not look them in the eyes. If you keep your eyes up high and stay away from the Enderman, this shouldn't be much of a problem, but if you have problems averting your gaze, you might want to consider putting a pumpkin on your head. Lastly, let's take a look at the dragon itself. It flies around seemingly at random, but will come flying down at you and send you way up into the air. A water bucket could help, but if you mess up the placement by even a fraction of a second... The dragon also has this weird dragon breath attack, but it's pretty simple to take care of as long as you know not to stand and fire. Last but not least, the dragon will every once in a while have a seizure as it approaches the bedrock structure in the middle once you've cleared the crystals. You can hit it from the back just fine, but go for the head and you'll be sky high before you know it. So as a recap, we've got to worry about the void, the crystals, the fall damage, and the mama dragon herself. The end is a dangerous spot pretty much no matter what you have on you. Even taking all precautions, you might end up encountering a glitch and just ending up dead. Pure bad luck. Remember these things? Ender pearls will allow you to teleport the short distance that you can throw them. This will be a quick and easy way to bypass the gap at spawn, but if you miss and hit the side of a block, it's back to Skyrim for you. A simpler but slower way to get across is building with blocks. And while you may think that's fail-proof, it's not. You see, the dragon's movements, like many other things in Minecraft, are entirely random. Yeah, hear that? That's the sound that thousands of abused speedrunners make every time they're reminded of the random number generator. Point is, the dragon can immediately spawn in and dive bomb you off the edge, and guess what? Yeah, that's right. It's back to Skyrim for you. Okay, I really was not my fault. I was obligated to do that one. You saw that one coming. Come on, I mean, you could just click off the video. The safest way to make it across is by utilizing a combination of the two. Start building across, but if you see the dragon swooping in for a little bit of a midnight snack, toss that pearl and get the hell out of there. The last thing you can do to improve your chances is a potion of slow falling, which, as the name implies, allows you to fall slower when you drink it. This is also useful against pretty much any other danger in the fight, which I will get to later. To get a slow fall potion, you'll need to forgo sleeping for 3 days to get phantoms to spawn. They drop a phantom membrane, which, as you may have guessed, is what we use to craft slow falling potions. Pretty much the only good thing to come out of these flying waffles. At a point, this won't matter though, as if you run out of pearls or the dragon knocks you too far out, you get to watch yourself slowly descend as your body drifts off into Skyrim. Okay, that's the last one, I promise. Seriously, that's it. We're cutting it off here. So to conquer the void, we'll need pearls, blocks, and slow-falling potions. Now that the void is settled, let's talk about these crystals. First thing being, how do we get rid of them? A bow and arrow are the obvious solution, but we still have those pesky caged crystals we have to take care of. Fortunately, if you have the right angle, you can take out these crystals without having to tower up and break them manually. You have to be pretty good with a bow to consistently hit these on the first try, I get that. While I advise against towering up, it may be necessary if you're low on arrows or bow durability. This one's pretty straightforward, just tower up and stay in third person while you do so. The dragon can swoop in from any angle, and it can even go through blocks, so from some angles it may not even be possible to see it when you're in first person. Slow falling helps here because if the dragon is coming to kill you, you can just jump off the tower and slowly float to the ground. I'd still keep some ender pearls on you to get to the ground more quickly in case the dragon starts doubling back around. When you get up to the crystal, do not stand on level ground with it. When the crystal explodes, it's going to cause damage, as explosions tend to do. In hard mode, this can one-shot you in full netherite armor. Fortunately, for some reason, this only affects you if it hits your feet. So as long as you stay beneath the crystal, you should be okay. So to take out the crystals, we'll need a bow, arrows, and the things from before will help us out as well. After that, all we've got left is the big mama herself. Yeah, this baby has about 600 horsepower and can go from 0 to 60 in about 1.5 miles. It's got 5 core cylinders, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know anything about cars. Prepping for the fight is pretty simple. I mean, you've already got everything I told you to get. There's some other essentials that I thought were pretty obvious. I didn't feel the need to mention, but besides that, yeah, I really can't think of anything else you could bring to help you defeat the dragon. Beds. Lots of beds. I will get to it in a minute. You go get the beds. Punk ass. Once you spawn in, the crystals need to be your top priority. Unless you're a high level player, their healing factor is going to far outweigh the amount of damage you can do. You can actually deal some chip damage to the dragon by attacking the crystals while she's attached to them, but I'd say only do this if you get the opportunity. Once you knock down the crystals, the dragon begins the next stage of her attack. The boring stage. She'll just fly about at random, fuddying about until eventually she decides, I think I'm gonna go land on my fountain and have some me time.
I really think that, as a species, gorillas are really scary, you know? They're like people, but super strong. You ever try DMT?
This is the best opportunity you have to deal the most damage. I'd recommend camping inside the bedrock fountain, but if the dragon ends up going there right after you destroy the last crystal, you can still safely enter from the back. Remember when I said to grab beds? Yeah, you thought I was real stupid, huh? Oh, he wants me to go make beds and fight a dragon. I'm looking out for your best interests. When the dragon comes in for a landing, drop a bed down on the center pillar. You see, when you try to sleep in a bed in the end, it explodes. If you do this while the dragon's head is above the pillow, you'll do maximum damage. These follow the same rules as crystals, so try to make sure to stay below the bed so you don't end up without legs. Unlike crystals, these beds leave a lot of fire around, so make sure to punch them out before you go wandering around again. Continue hosting the bloodiest slumber party until the dragon is finally dead. If you do this right, you can actually kill the dragon in one go, although you probably won't be able to, as even top level speedrunners can't do this 100% of the time. After that, the end is freed. The dragon is beat, and you can brag to the 3 people that care that you beat the Ender Dragon in hardcore mode. Now, for the end game. I lied. F you all, put up my medals, my trophy, my money.
You, finally awake. You trying to cross the border, right?